Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D4X again, uh, and we are going to work on a few things here. Just got to make sure that everything is working correctly. I mean, it is. I saw it pop up in the background. I don't know why I'm checking. I guess I'll start my music while I'm over here. Music that you guys can hear. Yes, I know. I say that every time. Uh, so last time we got some. Now I need to turn my music down because it's too loud. There's no, there's no, n- there's no, whatever. It doesn't matter what I was gonna say. I have a slight headache, more than yesterday. I took some drugs though, Advil, those type of drugs. Um, so today we're going to work on population description panel, population description close, stop time when this stuff opens, and click on, and these are the things we're hoping to get through. Who knows though? Let's hit play and see what we did last time, just to make sure that we can, we'll see some bug or something that we'll need to add to our list. So currently we got our 4 counties. We click on this. They should all have different people here, and we click on this and it brings up a list of the people, their ages and their sex. And that should work. And then we click on this and it should bring up this population description panel, which we hit close, and it doesn't do anything. So that's already on our list to fix. When I first started this up, I was like, why is this stuff in the population description thing? It's because I just have this. I just made a copy of this other one to make it so that we could test that. But now we're going to actually make this work here. So this is our population description. We should probably just change this title. So we're going to need a script on here first thing that is, it changes on visibility when it pops up. And then there's also, I was thinking about this right before I started streaming. We're going to need a thing that it's going to have to know which population you clicked on. So we're going to have to figure out how to do that too. But right now I think we need a population description script because I don't think we have one yet. We do not, unless I put it down here. We do not. So let's start a new script here. Population description. I'm getting tired of calling it like margin container, etc., etc. But the reason why I was doing that before was so that I knew where it was attaching. But someone said in chat maybe I should be calling it UI element, and I didn't. I don't think he was talking particularly about what I was talking about at that time, but I think that maybe we'll do that. UI elements. We'll see how that feels. And we'll open up this fucker. And then we're going to change this to margin container because that's what it is. So that's why I was calling this, so that everything matched up. It was easy for my terrible memory. And then we're going to get rid of this crap. This crap. I don't know. I have a headache. I don't know why I gotta have headaches occasionally. I was just bragging. I was bragging to someone that I haven't been sick in years since COVID, because I never leave my house. So I can't get sick if if you never leave your house, you don't get sick. I have to go into the office of my day job every once in a blue moon, and I get coffee every day. So I do leave my house, but just not that frequently. Anyways, we got our stupid namespace in there. So let's look at this thing down here. It's saying that, and I think if I put node in here is what it's talking about. It will, let's see what happens. Where does this on? Generate list. It wants node in there a lot of times. I don't know. Well, we don't want this open. I hate those things at the bottom. I also hate how I get errors down here regularly. I don't know how to fix that. Oh, I like that green. I mean, it works fine. And we got rid of a lot of those. We don't need this one anymore, I don't think. Actually, we might, because we're going to be matching heroes, so let's make sure that's still there. Anyways, this UI element thing. So the first thing we're going to need is, hopefully this is all private. This is going to be a private label, and we're going to call it, we're going to need export on here. Population name. It will be their first and last name. We're going to need, well, let's open up our county population, because we're going to fill it. I'm going to put this on the other screen temporarily. I can't see chat while this is going on. We're going to fill this up with as much information as we have. Another private label, and it will be sex, I guess. Yeah, sex. We're going to do export, another population type. No, it's a good guess, but no. We'll do age, export, city. Nice try. Now your guesses are getting worse. Is faction leader is next on the list, and is hero, but I think we might, and then is worker. I think we're not going to have, that's not going to, we're not going to use a label for that. We could do a label right now, but I think we were going to want like an icon or something. And then we have a perk called leader of people perk, and then we have construction skill. So let's do construction skill. It's not used right now. And then we're going to need an export. There's a lot of these. Private destruction skill. I like that. What's their destruction skill? Then we'll do current activity, and then private. This is more than I had on the other in Unity, but I think we're going to want to fill this up. Then we're going to have, that's it. Okay, now I can put this back over here and see chat just in case. Just in case anything important is happening, and nothing important is happening. All right, so these are the the 6 things we're going to need on here. We can't, so let's turn this back on. We're going to rename this to population name. You know what we can do, actually? We don't need the V. I don't want to delete it all. I was about to delete it. We don't need this V box, I don't think, at all. We need this H box, though. No, we needed a V box, not an H box. We'll just move these labels up here. We actually kind of need both. We're gonna have, well, we'll see how this all works out. But let's start with the V box. We definitely don't want it to look like that. Do we? No. Population name, which is going to be bigger, which is what we want. This one, we can put age. We'll figure this out, how everything looks, in a second. Name, what was our next thing? Construction skill. Label. And then we'll put it, we'll put in here. We'll do it like this, and we'll put like some ridiculous number so that we can see what it, when we do a test. And then we're going to need another 2 of these, and this will be current activity label. And then we're going to need, god damn it, I hit the arrow key, next activity label, and Then from here, I started earlier today and yesterday because I didn't have anything really, and I wanted to take some naps later. Um, Current activity. We're just putting this in here so we know what thing we're moving around on the screen over here. Next activity. We'll change this to population name. I'm staring at this like an idiot because it doesn't really matter, honestly, where we put this shit currently. We're gonna, like right now, nothing, it needs to work, and we're gonna have a beautification process here. I was thinking maybe we could put like a separator though. There we go. Because we're gonna also have like a picture of the person. In a perfect world, we would use like one of those like like we would have a picture of a person that's just like an unshaved like bald person, and then we would apply different hair and different ears and different noses and stuff, and then randomly generate each population and have a picture. Uh, that's a million years from now, in game development ages. And I'm thinking we probably actually let's do this. Let's duplicate all of these except for the name. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, why? Because we'll have a title. We'll do like a title. I'm calling them titles. I don't know what the hell else to call them. We'll have like an age title, a sex title, sex title, God of sex, construction skill title. But what we'll do is we'll call this like construction skill, and then underneath it will be the actual number. This is like I said, this is not 1,000. 10,000 would be impossible. It's a number between 1 and 100. Current activity. We haven't even set that stuff up, and I might use enums because I've become a big fan of enums. Before I was using strings, but I don't know. And then we'll do a lot of labels. Yeah, we might do enums. I don't know. I was messing around with my other game last night and added more enums. What are we doing over here? So we have some arrays here. Oh, I have an all enums. I set up one in my other game called all enums, and Wind, how's it going? I know I mention this like every other stream, but I get excited about stuff in programming, then I use it too much, and I think I might be in the enum excitement phase. They're like, oh yeah, enum, it wouldn't work. My thought, it wouldn't work. I don't think. Actually, let me look. Enum string. Okay, no, we can use a string. So the issue when I was using a string, so before I was having them compare, like their string was. Do I have it in this? Let's look. I might have copied and pasted it over into the all text area. I didn't. So I had it. Well, no, I did right here. So I had it like comparing. So it would say like if this string equals this other string, and it worked, but I didn't really like it that much because you could accidentally put in other stuff with an enum. At least you have to pick. You know, I'm good except for the weird headaches that I've been having. It's not weird. It's because I've been chowing down on like gallons of ice cream before I go to bed. I love ice cream. Ever since I cut back on my drinking like a year or two ago, uh, I'm an ice cream fiend. Chocolate ice cream. It's the chocolate. What does it suggest I do to this? I mean, that's fine. I think. Does it break now, though? I have a feeling it's going to break. Oh, we left this open, and we have no way to close it yet. We're making the description panel here. I also have a runny nose, but I think that's from all the cocaine I do. No, that's from it being cold out, and I went outside. Uh, oh, this poor place sucks. There's no ladies. What a bummer. Just three dudes hanging out. Which place is Wasco? That's probably how it is in real life. Uh, oh, this place sucks too. Yeah, right, exactly. The heart attack is tomorrow. I haven't scheduled. Um, okay, and I don't get any exercise too. I just sit on my ass. So it's even. I have stairs to get to my basement, and that's where I stream video games. So at least I walk up and down the stairs a couple of times a day. My grandma had this like 3-story house that was really oddly shaped, and to get between stories you had to go outside and walk up and down a stairway. And everyone always commented on how like feisty and healthy she was, and everyone also thought it was because of the outdoor stairways, to get, because it was a very skinny house. Um, so to get it to the other floors, and she had like an art thing down in the basement, so she would have to go outside and walk down 2 or 3 floors. Um, okay, let's fix these. Then let's put this. Oh, I was testing the color is what I was doing. My poor brain. Yeah, I think the colors are fine with that read only there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna attach this script though that I just made, and then we're gonna need all these. We're gonna need to fix this. I like these to be in the same order. I don't know if I feel like other programmers are as anal as I am. I feel like it's a good thing. I just want it to be in the same order so that if I fuck something up, it's easier. All right, so first things first, we need to know when we click on one of these guys, do we have a script on here? We do. We didn't know. We need to tell the population description page what the fuck we just clicked on. Like right now, it just opens up a thing. It doesn't know anything. It doesn't know anything. So I had a thought about this, and I think it shall work. If we do, I think this is going to have to be a public county population called county population. Sorry. And we click on that thing. Yeah, this is how we'll do this. Do we need this here, actually? Yeah, we do need that there. And then when we generate these rows, I don't think I have this. Not those rows. What the fuck did I call this thing? This is... What did I call this? My brain barely working. Population row button. When that thing opens, I guess this is controlling that. It is. So this is, that seems like a weird place to put that, but so in my Unity one, once everything, like I had so many things going on, it would often be hard for me to find the scripts that I was looking for, and so I'm trying to kind of avoid that. Where are we instantiating this thing? It's right here. So what we'll do is at the end, we'll go like, we need a script. What is this script called? There it is right there. It's a population row button, and we're going to call it, actually, that's not what we want. We're going to call this population, and this is once again here, the same thing, and it's going to equal population row button, and it's going to be population row, and that's it. Then this will be population row button, county population is going to equal person. Oh, I'm calling this twice. This was a dumb name then. Where am I getting this name from? I mean, it's the pack scene, but we'll rename. Well, we'll call this prefab because that's what we're doing now, and then we'll call this prefab, and then we're gonna have to put this back, or this is gonna be broken now. This is gonna be broken because I renamed something that's here. Okay, no, we gotta build it first. We gotta build it, and we gotta put UI scenes. I was on the right path there. This needs to go into there. And so now each button should have its own person on there. Let's just look that it has something. We need to generate it though. We need to, we're almost there. Oh, it's not exported, so I can't see it. It's like, why can't I see this? My brain, like I said, is not working that great. Uh, I'm pretty confident it's there, but we'll export it anyways. I don't know why I'm confident. It's pretty crazy. Going back to the sick thing, my coworkers seem like they're constantly sick still, uh, and I'm curious how they're getting sick all the time. When there's when they're well, I mean, I know how they're getting sick. They're getting sick because they're going into work. So I want to not get sick and go into work. All right, so there's something in there, which is that's all I wanted to check, was to make sure that there was, it wasn't blank. So, yeah, they're back to the thing. In the good old days, everyone would come into work when they were, dying from the flu, and for COVID made it so people were much more likely to not come in when they were dying from the flu. And now they're back to like, oh, I have to come in. It's like, you don't have to be a work martyr. So then on click, what we're going to do, we're going to put a thing right here. This is exactly where we're going to put this. This is going to be public. And we're going to call this county population. And we're going to call this selected county population. Exactly. Even not. They gotta get your like significant other to wheel you in and then just dump you out from the wheelbarrow that they brought you into work with. And the thing is, we're all set up to work from home. So, and most people work from home, 4 of the days of the week. So that's part of the reasons actually why they go in when they're sick, is because they're only supposed to go. They only have to go in like one day. So it happens to be that one day that you're sick. So then on this, we're just gonna do this on button click. So then we'll know what county population is, and then when we open up this thing, and in fact, we should just do this. I was like, why did we lose all our stuff? We didn't lose all of our stuff. It's there. Did I not attach my? No, it's down here. So then what we'll do is we'll on here. Oh shit! I bet you this happens faster. This is my new thing. It happens every time. This happened in Unity too. I wonder why that's a universal thing, that panels open faster than they can hand off their shit. And so in Unity, I had a thing, an I enumerator that was like wait for a frame, and in this I've been doing that called deferred. We'll try it, but I bet you what's going to happen is uh, I bet you we're going to have the same problem. At least I'll know. At least I know what the problem is, right? I don't think we did this. We're gonna do this too. I don't like this big long piece of shit. We'll do county population person equals. I used to like the long piece of shit, but I got tired of it. I got tired of the long piece of shit. There we go. And then we'll do two. Now we'll just do one just to test. And then once those work, we'll do the rest. And it did not work. I should probably fix this close thing. The close thing shouldn't actually be that hard. It just has a broken signal because there's another. I don't know if I can just hide this thing. This is attached to the. Oh no, we don't want to hide this thing. Yes, we do. We do want. This is attached to the top. See, this is because I copied that thing. It's attached to the wrong. Let's make sure that thing works. Wrong thing. I was like, all right, that works. We don't get any bugs, so we just got to figure out why this isn't. It's because it's too slow. I'm pretty sure. We can test that though. Private void. I'm gonna call this fill info. No, I'm gonna call it update description info. I have another one that's called fill info, and I don't think. Oh wait, we didn't link this, and we didn't do two things. We need to do this. We forgot some important steps here. This needs to be in there, and we need to put the fucking signal to it. The fucking signal. I shouldn't have typed that in first because it's gonna refill its own thing there. See, see, you gotta figure out all the eccentricities of every game development software. All right, it's only 3 clicks. It still didn't work. We didn't get a bug though. That's a plus, right? Did I save this? If visibility equals true, population margin container. Let's go back to this. I still think it's too slow, but let's double check that everything looks normal. Oh, can you? That would be interesting. Because I don't like underscores in anything. If it was up to me, there would never be an underscore in the rest of my life. Um, we're gonna copy this shit over here. You know what's weird though? I think it should. We're not nulling out that thing, so I think the second time it should have filled in. Uh, I wish it wouldn't cover up my stuff there either. Description info. I still haven't messed with the getting it to run. Yeah, it still didn't work. Well, okay. How we can look is make sure that this um I can't remember if I put it. I did. So it has it in there. I don't know who I clicked on. That's probably, I should probably pay attention to that for the next time around. On visibility change, it's going to update that first name, last name. This should happen. You know what we can do to see if it's even getting here? It got to the update description. And we can put this down here. We just need some garbage in there so that we can see. There's a lot of customizations I feel like in this, and the Unity too, but I didn't mess with them. I haven't messed with either one. All right, let's make sure everything is attached. We don't need any readies or any of that shit. We know that this is working, so this is doing something. Let's check our signal again. Maybe this signal's right here, but let's double check that it's visibility changed on visible on visibility. I think I would get an error if there was something missing there. So it's not getting. It's not getting to here. I don't think. There we go. That's a very very helpful. Okay, it's not getting to there. What am I doing wrong here? Let's figure this out. I probably shouldn't have. Let's do that again. Maybe I put this on the wrong one. I think it would bug out if this was. Oh no, it was spelled wrong. Visibility change. I'm surprised it doesn't give you a bug when that happens. Visibility. All right, so I'm assuming we clicked on Teresa White. We can test that though. Christopher Price. And I think what we're gonna what we're gonna want to do is underline this text. I don't know if that's going to be, if it's easy, we'll underline it, but I don't think actually it is going to be easy. Without messing around with a label. Let's see what these settings are. All right, fuck it. We won't do it for now. I mean, well, we're gonna get into so much UI shit later. Let's also do this though. Let's see if we need that call deferred thing. We do. We doeth needeth. And I was thinking, you know what I think we're gonna do? We're gonna need here too is we're gonna need. I think we're gonna want to null this out when this closes. Oh, no name. I wonder if I like that because of Unity. I wonder if that's like a Unity thing. Where is it under? Under project. Settings. Editor. I don't know if I'm gonna change it, but it's nice to know. Naming. Look at that. A bunch of secret stuff. Oh, there it is. No name casing. Pascal casing. The fuck is that? Snake casing? That's what that is? Snake case? I was reading a tutorial and it said something about Godot should use snake case. It's got a fucking underscore in it. Camel case is what I'm used to. No name casing. Pascal case. Huh. Did I just change this? No, this was already scene name casing. Interesting. No, it is, right? I don't think that's not an option, but yes. So I on my other channel I stream a lot of uh, indie games, and a lot of them are early access. And one of my pet peeves is when your icon down here doesn't have anything, or it has like whatever game engine you make. Uh, you're using to make the people use to make their games, it has like either the game engine's icon or it has like the broken Windows icon, like you don't have an icon. And the reason why it's a pet peeve of mine is because in a lot of these, including Godot and Unity, I don't know how Unreal is, but I imagine it's the same. You literally just like drop in what icon you want, and it just shows like a attention to detail that blows my mind that people don't like. That there's some other things that they're not paying attention to as well without that thing. So 10 years down the road, if I release a game and it has it, definitely give me shit for it. But uh, Gregory Miller. All right, so now we just gotta link up this shit. It shouldn't be that hard, right? It's gonna be so easy. Oh God. This one we'll do last. because that one's going to need the thing. Look at this, writing it for me. Now we're back to the AI conversation. These are to string. I don't think we have anything even assigned here yet, so those might come out weird. I don't think we do anything to those. They all have two things. It's just how it should. This should fix it. This should fix that because one's like the title and one's the actual thing. We got. Speaking of that, if person dot is male. I guess I could change that to like an enum or something too, instead of having is male. It seemed like a good idea 5 years ago. No, sex text equals else. All right, here we go. Yeah, I think an underline or something. Oh, we did put something in there. Well, that's gender. That's different than sex. Current next activity. I don't even remember assigning this, but we do have this in the all text thing. So we must have, it doesn't mean that we didn't do it. There's too little sex in my life too. So that works. I don't like how it looks. It's pretty ugly. But so is everything. Does this work? Well, let's do it twice here. Victor Nelson, and then let's make sure. Wait, did I click? We got some other issue happening here. I thought we had this going. Did I fuck up a different close button? So the description. Pop in idle workers, VBox container. Let's just edit this and make sure it's going to the right thing. This should be closing this. It doesn't say there's a script on here though. What is this attached to here? Oh, we haven't linked back to this because there isn't a script on here. It's linked to that close button. Gotcha. So let's look at that because something weird just happened. It was working for a bit and then it seems like it's when I close that other description panel, there's something. The description panel shouldn't have any interaction with this is the thing where I was missing this yesterday. Let's look at its population list panel container, VBox container. Did I move anything around over here? Earlier I was looking at something. No, that was all down here. Turn that thing. Oh, and this was the thing we don't need anymore. I wasn't sure if we were going to need that, so we'll get rid of that thing. Let's start from sometimes it's easier for me to like carefully click through everything and see where the issue is. So, and you know, with less clicks involved. So that I think I know what's happening. I know what's happening. This thing is close. Did we tell it to do that already? This song. Daisy and the Scouts is the name of this band. The name of the song is Wet. They're talking about their pussies, um, their vaginas. Uh, I know you can't hear it. Just if you're wondering why I suddenly started laughing. Okay, so I think what's happening here is when we close this, it's closing the other one. I don't remember telling it. Did we do that? Maybe we did that already. It would be in here. Yeah, so this is the problem, is we're closing this thing without running this other code, which is in the close button of this other thing here, which is this. So we could run this close button over there, or why didn't I like putting this in? Oh, we don't have it. We don't have a thing. So what I would like for it to do, I think we already did this, and there was some issue. I don't know why it doesn't like my thing here. Visible. Is it because I'm, no, it should be. Where did I just do that? This is a margin container. Node shouldn't matter though. On visibility change. I guess it doesn't know what that is in a node. Let's make sure I had using Godot up there. Why doesn't it know what the... Whoa. I guess I clicked that sign in button up here. Cancel. I thought node was the top thing. What is this thing? This is VBox container. Who knows what that is? Do we got any other issues with this? No. If visible equals true, we want this to be false though. Control has, oh, is that one of its key differences? Why we're always putting control at the top of UI stuff? This should actually be... Wait, population, yeah. List margin container dot visible. I wonder if this will, I think I'm writing my way into a mistake here. Because I don't think I can put a signal. I guess I could signal it back. So we got to go signal. So this thing's on here, but the thing we want to be checking is here. So we need this signal. This is going to be kind of convoluted. I don't want it to be convoluted. Let me think about this for a second. So if we have a signal that goes back to this thing, it's almost better to have put this on. Let's put the script on here, and we'll have this script that all it does currently will be control the visibility deleting itself. I think that will be better than having this thing this thing pointing to a different script that points back to itself. I think that would be weird because we would have to have on visibility change. But it's not talking about this thing's visibility change. It's talking about somebody else's visibility change. So we could rename it to like on population list margin control visibility change. But I think it's going to be hard to find and confusing. And I've already looked at this thing like 5 times, wondering why there's no script on it. But this script's actually up here. So let's just put this. That's a long description to say we need to add a script here. And we're gonna start calling this population list. We're gonna try this UI element thing still, and see if my brain understands that. I wish it didn't give me random bugs like that, because the shit goes away. This is margin container, And then we'll go. Why am I dragging this over here? Not this one. It's this one that we have this extra shit. Then we can cut this out of here because this isn't used at all. This would go over here. Just shut up for a second. Stop complaining at me. This is gonna hide here. We might have to do like the call deferred thing. We can just do visible. Do I need this? Oh yeah, fucking namespace. It warns me down here too. It complains at me down there. There's probably a way to make that actually happen as well automatically. You know, like because it puts that ready and process in there automatically. There's probably a way to fix all that so it doesn't appear. Thank you, by the way. And I'm going to take a break in a second here. So do I need to put that as a thing? How did I do this? Oh, right. This is where it starts at 2. So yes, we're going to need this in here. Do we? Let me look at this again. This isn't the get child one. Yeah, I guess we'll put this in on here too. Yeah, so I think I should put one. Well, you know, the thing is that I don't think everything will be in the namespace. They're in the player space namespace. I don't know. Namespace was really, like, when I first started, it was really frustrating with certain tutorials because a lot of guys like to put all their tutorials in one GitHub repository and you download it, then they're separated by namespace, but their files are spread across 150 folders. And so you'd be like, well, where is this other stuff? So we are going to need this thing here, though. I was hoping that we wouldn't, but. What is this thing? Can I just put node here, just out of curiosity? Spirit, how's it going? What is this? Let's not put it, even if node work. Well, let's look if it will work, but then I'm going to put what it really needs to be. It really needs to be. Gotta save it. You gotta save it. It's the most important part. And then you gotta click the right button. Yeah, I don't like the namespace thing, so I just shoved whatever stupid name was in there. I have another namespace called developer space, but I don't think I actually use that one on this one. Um, I don't like namespace stuff. They could, you know, I briefly thought about that when I was looking at GitHub. I was like, I guess an AI could pull uh so I can put whatever in there. I Well, the problem with that, then nothing else would be able to access it unless I use using county space in there. And I just want everybody to mingle. It's like a fucking orgy of code. I just want all the code to be fucking each other and having a good old time. That's what I want. I don't want it to be having any preferences. Just jump in a big pile and then work it all out. What was this thing linked to before? It's still going to be over here. What is this thing? So this is the VBox container. The populate. So it's the same one. So I'm just going to put this in VBox. And I'm going to take a quick break here. And VBox. One day I'm going to be like, oh my God. I'm going to be like, oh my God, why didn't I use at least two different namespaces? What a fucking idiot. That's what I know. But right now, it's one of those things where I got to I got to encounter a problem first before I want to fix it. All right. I guess. No, I'm going to take a quick break and then I will be back in less than 5 minutes. Let me throw out my break timer and pause my music that you guys can't hear, and I'll be right back. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let me get back to my stuff. Data-driven system architecture for when you have an orgy of bad code interacting with each other. or when you organize your code correctly. We didn't test this. That's the thing. Whoops, I don't need to build it. What are we testing? We're testing to make sure. Yeah, well, I'm gonna need to make this like bold or something or bigger. Robin Williams. Oh, we gotta stick a signal on here. It's on this one. We gotta stick a signal on here. And maybe look at this puppy. That wouldn't really help me with my. I can change that thing, but it's still. Oh, we gotta pick it first. Here. Oh, I see why it's doing that. It wants you to name. Interesting. All right, we need this signal here. And we're gonna have to fix this too. This needs to be bigger, I decided. I don't know what county. I was in a different county here. So Ernest Perry. Okay, so that works. We're not getting any bugs. What's it called? I'm always looking for 4X games. I prefer them not to be stuck in development forever. Is it that one game? Jesus, what is it called? Fuck, I was talking about it. It's not Gilded. It's with hexes, like tons of hexes, like 1.5 million hexes or something. All right, well that works. So now let's fix this description thing. Let's put these titles like we'll just make them a little bigger. Gray Eminence, that is the one. Yeah. Yeah, that game looks amazing if they could fucking put it out. Uh what did we make this title? That name or that game looks like my dream game, but I don't think they're I looked up so we had this big long conversation about that game on where did I change this shit? On my other channel, and I can't remember what game I was playing, but um I looked up their Patreon and they're still making Patreon money, but even though they've like suspended development, I don't know if it's suspended, but it's no longer. Isn't this bigger? Font size 24. What happens if we go 16? We'll just change this. We'll just change the age one here to see. It looks like, yeah, if they can pull it off. I don't know if they even have an alpha or anything though. I would play an alpha. Whoops. No, this is the right spot. That looks terrible. It's on the right path, but it's not. Let's go to 24. And I think I know what I got to do to make this less. I mean, I don't need it to look good. I just want it to. Okay, that's too big. I just want it to be less. So I think this is what we're gonna do. This is, it's got to be visible. I think 16 was fine. And what we'll do is what I did was I stuck a separator in here. We'll get rid of this separator. That's actual. Have you played it? That's two questions that I combined into one. We'll get rid of this separator, but I think what we can do is something whack here. Milk, how's it going? How's your work on things? Awesome. Did you get it? Did you get your grade back yet? Is this for a college class or a high school class? I don't know. What I was without adding in like a margin thing or something, I'm trying to just think of an easy way to do this. I don't think. Let me think how we would do this. Didn't I turn off that separator? You know, it doesn't really matter at this point because we're going to change this around a bunch very soon. So let's just make these 16. It's who gives a shit right now? 16. And this one, can I do this with a bunch at a time? Let's do. I think I got to click this button though. They'll be slightly larger, and that's all we care about. I don't want to get like bogged down and stuff. So there's another. I think those are bigger, slightly. That's good enough for right now. Because we're gonna like this is gonna get totally rearranged with like icons and shit. So we don't need to. We have other issues that we got to do. Um, there's another game called Gilded Age or something like that. It's called Gilded Destiny. That looks very similar to the Gray Eminence game, and it also has very crazy. I was looking on my Discord because I joined their Discord. The Gilded Destiny. It has very similar look to Gray Eminence and goals and things, and it's like looks too. So both of those games look too good to be true, if that makes sense. I would hope that they're true, but maybe they are not. I don't think they're scams. I just think maybe they're not gonna work. Let's go to my list over here. What class is it, Milk? I was curious. So this is done. We finished this. We did this too. Our close button works. Stop time when population, list, and description. Oh, it's a straight up C# class. I wasn't sure if it was like a game development class or something. Uh, says it's not saved. I wonder what I am saving. Let's hope it's not something bad. Are you a computer science major? So the time stopping thing shouldn't be that horrible, actually. Okay, I take that back. It's going to be a fucking nightmare of pain. So when we click this, this has to stop. So if we go on to that is that one, I think. I'm going to double check. Yeah, that's this one. So I guess we are going to need this to say else. It's crazy to me that they both those games have gotten like they look like the Discord's pretty active in the Gilded. I don't know, like Paradox started somewhere. I never played EU1, but I played the shit out of EU2. So when this thing closes, we need to have the clock instance. No, when it opens, we want it to pause time. And then when it closes, you know what? I'm going to change this. Since all my other ones start with true, I'm going to put this true up here, and then we'll put this down here and this up here. So it needs the pause time when it opens and when it closes. It needs to, I guess I could just do this. So yeah, you know, I went to college on and off for like 8 years. I never accomplished anything. But that sounds terrible. But no, I'm a loser. I did take a computer science class, but I feel like if you can get through the general requirements at the beginning, your life of college gets a lot better because that's like the part that's they make you take like the math classes and shit that you don't necessarily want to take, the English classes and math classes and stuff. Um, all right, so it paused the time and it restarted the time. It says its time scale is 1, but that seems like that was going way faster. Then if I hit, oh, look at that. Yeah, that's fun. Oh, that's actually not that much of a problem. What we gotta do here? Where are these fucking buttons? They're over here. There's a thing that we went through this. It was extremely painful until we figured it out. Me? No, no, I'm just a hobby. No one would hire me. even even if I'm a beginner. I'm a complete noob. I'm an IT manager at my day job. What we need to do? Am I not on the? No, I am on the button. There's some like focus thing that I want it not to do. What's an IT manager? It's like I'm the guy who I don't have any like employees that work for me or anything. But so I'm basically so my position's slightly different. Uh, it's where is it this one? Let's see what this does. So I'm basically a glorified help desk guy. So when people in my company have issues, um, they call me up and ask. When I started my job, they let me pick my title. Um, so that was the title I picked. But generally, it's the person like in control of everything. Okay, so this is no longer. This is no longer. This is what we wanted. We wanted. So what was happening before is it was remembering, like the focus was stuck on that. So I used to have like servers and stuff that I maintained, but I got rid of all the servers. Um, I don't know. The thing that's crazy, Spirit, I feel with Paradox Games is that they're now like a triple A company, and they're huge. They're like they're like a massive company that makes pretty popular games. I bet you they make millions and millions of dollars per game. Um, so what we need to do also when this thing opens is we need it to turn off spacebar, like the controls. So I can't remember what that was, but I bet you we can guess. Oh, we don't have an instance. It must be under globals or something. Let's look. Player controls enabled should be false. And then when it goes after it, before, I guess it doesn't really matter. Globals. Yeah, no, it is kind of, it would be really difficult, I think, to try to compete completely against uh, Paradox, because they have, each of those time periods are very um, locked in. If you want the Victoria era, you play Victoria, even though Victoria 3 is trash. Um, if you want, World War II, you play Hearts of Iron. It would be hard unless you had like a different um, play loop, so that paused, and spacebar doesn't work, which is what we want. So the reason spacebar unpauses and pauses, and then we close here. Spacebar is working again. Oh, did it not pop up the pause thing? Oh no, it did. Okay. This isn't centered, and that's going to drive me crazy, but that's part of what we're doing here. Now if we go to here, yeah, so this is that other thing closed. All right. Yeah, I definitely think that's a thing. Um, and it's weird. Paradox is coming out with some like civilization competitor. Uh, I think pretty soon. And then when you play like when Stellaris is like a newer, it's still like 10 years old or something. But all the space games are now compared to Stellaris, uh, and no one can compete with Stellaris really. So we're gonna do the same exact thing that we did with this one. Where did it go? I'm just gonna copy this shit over. We're just gonna copy this over. Where'd you go? You're gonna go here, and then we're gonna copy you over, and we're gonna go here. Nope, nope. Um, so, Milk, I don't know if you said over there, do you have after you get your general done, do you have an idea of what you're thinking about doing? All right, so it's still paused. It unpaused when I clicked that, which it shouldn't do. Did I not save this? I saved it. Do we have a signal in here? I feel like I already did this. I gotta look here. So when we click this, that's right. When we click this, did I put the wrong thing in? Pause time. If visibility equals true, pause time. This is where it starts getting complicated and a pain in my ass. We gotta go back and open up the clock. Oh, is it? I didn't even notice that. They got a lot. They got a lot of competition. There are a lot of work to do too. It seemed. Well, I guess that's not true. Great. Oh wait, sorry. I was thinking of Gilded. Gilded. See, now I'm combining the two games. Uh, we need to open up this thing and take a look at how this works. I haven't looked at it in a long time. So how does pause time work here? Oh, you know what? I know what's happening. It's the same shit as always. This is unpausing. I think the other thing is unpausing it as this is. I wonder if it's because of this call deferred. As we put that above it, because it probably needs to finish the call deferred first before it gets to this. That still didn't do it, though. I want to see when it's say if this is not, maybe it's not getting triggered. So let's go to here, pause time. We click this. Yeah, so this is happening before the other thing. Fucker. God damn. All right, I'm going to stick this in here temporarily. Temporarily. I don't know what's going on my other screen here. No, I'm terrible. Chad has helped me through every stage here at this point. That is the problem. Motherfucker. What happens if we unpause it? Oh, yeah, what happens if we unpause it now? It unpauses too. What happens if we push spacebar? It doesn't work, which is what we want. Fuck. Can we do... I don't think we can do this. Can deferred... Can I do this? I don't think I can do... Well, we want this one. We want this. I took a bunch of anthropology classes in college. I highly recommend anthropology classes. Yeah, you can't do that. I wonder... It does if it would work the way... I mean, I can... This one doesn't probably matter because I don't think the player is going to be able to push a button fast enough. So that one probably doesn't matter. I guess they could be holding down a button or something. I don't want to do a second call deferred, but I also don't want this in here because it's confusing. I'm gonna put it in here anyways for now there though. This is just in here for now, even though it sucks. There we go. Let's do this test one more time. It looks like I'm changing how I did this too. I was keeping track of the panels in Unity and counting how many were open, which doesn't seem like that's necessary with how I'm doing it now. I was curious if I could click this research button all of a sudden, which we didn't want to be able to click that. All right, I think we fixed it. Oh my God, what is this? This song has an auto tune in it called 100 Gex Hollywood Baby. Where is it so I can remove it from my list? I have this rule, no auto tunes in my music. It's just a flat rule. No auto tuning allowed. Uh, just my personal opinion. All right, so this is working. You know, I didn't test if I could hit spacebar. Let's do it. I mean, on that one part, I didn't test it after those changes. Oh, I can do it. What changed? What changed? Oh, you know, we didn't test this to make sure this stays paused, and it doesn't. Motherfucker. the, the time thing starts getting more and more confusing and complicated and frustrating. I don't know why this isn't working though. If visibility equals true, turn that off. Do we have something in like pause time that? No. Is this still, are we still getting a description? We are. Mine is pretty fucking slow too, man. I feel like even with all of my Unity experience, which still wasn't that much, but I felt like I've said this probably every stream as well. I was finally getting out of the baby steps. Oh, look at that. We can actually control the camera still too, which we don't want to be able to do. That was I accidentally hit the scroll wheel. We can't, WAS doesn't do anything. Motherfucker, we gotta start writing these things down or I'm gonna forget. We'll put it over here. No, we'll put it over here. Um, I wonder if they all have that problem. Can still scroll out on the map when panels are open. Then I'm actually gonna put this over here. And then I'm gonna list. We know that it happens on the population description panel. History seems like it'd be pretty fun. Did you specialize in any particular history? Anthropology was great. I think everyone should take an anthropology class. It's a uh, very important science. I wish I had taken more. I took like 4 or 5. I guess I was like certified in anthropology, which is like some dumb AA, for the AA. I suddenly can't remember the associate's degree thing. Player controls enabled. False. You know what we can do? Is this an export? It is. We can see, just double check that that's actually false. Um, okay, so it's definitely false here. Oh, you know what it is? It's the same fucking thing. I don't know why I was even thinking about this. The other thing is happening too fast. It's the same exact problem. It's this too. The other thing is turning it on. That's exactly what it's doing. Jesus Christ. We're gonna double check. Uh, go to here. Go to here. All right, that's what it is. Can we scroll in and out there? We can scroll in and out there. What about on this one? We can scroll. Can we just WASD worked? No. What about here? That works there. What about now? That one we want it to scroll in and out. So where the fuck are these controls? Not there. Not any of those. What's going on here? Haven't looked at these in a long time. Um, Look at this crazy shit. I have this thing in here twice. We don't need this. Right? Yeah, I feel like anthropology does have is a similar thing where there's definitely careers in anthropology, but a lot of them are uh, teacher. It's like a degree thing, so you get a degree to become teacher. There's and so I imagine history is the same thing. Like it's hard to get a job. There's applied anthropology as well, but it's kind of like a dirtbag career. Like you learn how to exploit people, which is not that great. All right, I don't know why I had that. So where the fuck are our mouse controls? I think they're in the dev space if I have one. It's gonna be under camera actually. I haven't messed with this since like day 2. Where did I put those? Camera controls. I think this should be relatively easy to fix actually. I gotta stop saying that. Player controls enabled equals true. Oh yeah, I guess we could do that. Well, I don't give a shit. Personal growth, yeah, that's so anthropology is similar. That's like cultural anthropology is probably the class I would recommend. Physical anthropology is just like a bunch of you have to memorize a bunch of bones and shit, human bones, what they're called. Um, all right, my Zoom doesn't work. My Zoom doesn't work. My Zoom does work. See, that was so easy. Now we can retire. We're done with our lives. Let's go back to this thing. Clicking on? All right, this is done. That was too easy. We're gonna get tricked later. Oh fucking! All right, did we fix the time thing? I don't even know. Let's do this again. So the time should still be running. Click here. We shouldn't be able to interact with the time with spacebar, which doesn't work. I'm spacebarring. It doesn't work. I'm spacebarring. It does work. Wait. We got to go back. And if it's already paused, though, okay, it still is paused. But when we close it, it should stay paused, which it's not, because we started out with it paused. And so this is where it gets a pain in my ass. Um, what the fuck are we doing here? So I am keeping. I have a number. I wonder. Oh, what is it doing? What? Oh, we have this set to always be 0. We were talking about that earlier. Uh, you're talking about like when you do a new script and it pops up with like the correct, like it says ready and process is already on there, right? Oh, so my question for myself is why are we aren't using this yet? So let's get it. So let's just get rid of that for now because I don't think we're using that. Were we using it for? I guess I'll search and see if we're using that somewhere. I don't. I feel like we're not using that. We might have done it on the research panel though. We did. Oh, so like when you set up the project, it has all of like the things that you're opening and like Visual Studios used or whatever. Is that what you mean? So we are doing this number of controls shown. I wondered if we really need that though in its current state. It's slightly different. I knew this was going to be a pain in my ass. It's been the whenever I start messing with this time thing, it always gets more and more bizarre. Oh, okay. Wait. I know what I was doing here. It's coming back to me. No, that wouldn't. Yeah, it. Why are we on clock again? Otherwise, it doesn't do anything. That's what this shit was. Go back to what you. I remember now. So I bet you if we go to this, and let's go back to the research thing. I just had to remember what my logic was behind this. That's not going to help our test here. Um, oh, that doesn't work anything. Anyways, did we not? Maybe I never tested this, or maybe it broke, or maybe I stopped caring at some point. Let me click on this. Let me click on this random link. Oh, this guy's using an Oh, it's an enumerable. I'm looking at this. So this is like a main menu. Let me pull a chat up here. So he's got a main menu already all set up that he just uses. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Oh, it has like display settings and stuff. So one of the things when I first started this whole process, I would do the main menu and all that shit first, but I find that to be the most tedious, unfun part of the programming is the menu stuff at the beginning. Um, Even like character creation is kind of tedious and annoying. That's kind of cool. I mean, when did he let? He's still updating it and shit. Because like I said, and so what was happening is I would get through the main menu and I would be so tired of my game that I never even there's no game there was no game yet that I would just be like, I don't want to make this anymore. And then I switched to working on the actual gameplay first, which is what I should have been doing all along. Now that's pretty cool that it's just available. It's MIT license. I think I saw somewhere. What is this thing? It's so crazy to me how much time people have. Like people have put in a lot of time into niche stuff. Oh, look, there's a multiplayer. Um, that's pretty cool. Wonder what his multiplayer thing is. I haven't even looked at it. Godot's fucking Unity's was a disaster. Netcode or whatever they called it. It was constantly changing. You would find a tutorial from like a month ago, and you'd be like, I'm gonna just duplicate this exact tutorial and try it out. Like I'm gonna type in every exact word, and it wouldn't work because they had changed shit within a month, and it like the different things not like when you hit like when I don't even know what this shit's called like this would change. So you would go to type that in and be like, nah, I don't know what that is, and then you would find what the new one is, and it would have a different like it did different stuff. It was such a disaster. All right, so I got to fix this thing. It needs to keep track of things that are paused. And I don't like this name anymore. So we're going to rename this number of, and this is what it was called originally, things paused. So the idea behind this is if there's nothing else, it will only unpause it if there's nothing paused. So then on this thing, we need to put number of things paused, and then number, then, because it's already in the research one, I think we got to go. All right, so that worked. Let's make sure we can unpause stuff. Let's leave it running and see what happens. Okay, so that was way too easy. That means that there's going to be something else that fucks us later. And I wonder if I can just put in here. Let's put this at the bottom. Instead of having it in each panel, I wonder if I could put it in here. Because it still should run this code. Whoa, what did I just hit? Control semicolon. I don't know what it did. Get out of here. It should still take off the number of things paused, even if there's not to Z. Should we do it first? It should come first. So I gotta do the math in my head. So you hit the pause button with the keyboard, it's gonna be at 1. This thing pops up, it's gonna be at 2, and then you put it back down, it's still gonna be at 1. But if it's at 0, the game's still running, so the thing's starting at 0, you pop this thing up, it's gonna be at 1. This needs to be at the top. Otherwise, you'd never be able to unpause. This thing needs to be here. I don't think this thing matters where that one is. We need to test this with this. Okay, that worked. I don't trust it. I don't trust. I'm not going to test it again. All right, we're going to test it again. Let's test this. Well, that worked too. I think I was paused when I started, right? Now, if it's running. I mean, everything works. I don't know. I don't trust my. It's working though. We're not gonna look at it. I feel like this needs to go though, because we're doing it in a different spot. This has to go. And now I'm gonna regret this, but that needs to go, I'm pretty sure. Like I said, I'm gonna regret this in 2 seconds. Yeah, I've been eating too much ice cream. I can taste it. I can taste old ice cream, and I haven't eaten any since last night. We're not testing this right. We need this to be paused. The whole thing, pausing time. Yeah, there is going to be 10 player multiplayer. I have ridiculous feature ideas for this. They're out of control. Hey, you know, my WAS doesn't work right now. I can see we're pushing it down here, but it doesn't, we're not moving the camera around. I haven't looked at multiplayer at all for Godot. In Unity, you can kind of, I mean, it was such a piece of shit. But you could kind of add it in later without that much agony. No, it was pretty agonizing. But yeah, I don't even know how this is gonna work. What's going on here though? If we run this at all, did it just break and I haven't ever noticed in months or a month? It's quite possible. No, it still works. WAS does do stuff. So at what point does it break? Here? No. Yeah, so that's gonna have to be some sort of thing. I'm not even sure how, like, talking of Paradox games, there's gonna be, like, they have, like, interesting pause things that aren't actually all that great. So So now it's working. How did I break it before? Would I have open this? That shouldn't be. So I'm trying to remember how it works. So like the person who pauses it in like CK3 or whatever, it says like Bill paused it, and then the other person can't unpause it for a certain amount of time for like 30 seconds or something. Um, but everyone's in control um, of the time speed. And so one person can speed it up and slow it down against the will of the other person. But what I've found, and maybe this is just with my friends, that when we play CK3 or whatever game, a lot of times we're patiently waiting for the other person to speed up the game. Like we think that someone else slowed it down, and the other person did slow it down, but they didn't. They didn't want it to be slowed down forever, and then we want it to go faster. And and so everyone's being too polite, basically, instead of saying, "Could you fucking speed it up, dude? We're going in like the slowest crawl." We're all just like sitting around waiting, and it's like so slow. And then finally, someone says, "Can we speed it up a little bit?" And then yes, yeah, and I'm a big pauser of games. Like I love to fucking pause and like look at my shit, like zoom in and be like, "Oh, what's this thing?" Um, we have no way to turn this thing off, by the way. That needs to be fixed. That was like one of the last things I did in Unity. Let's put that on our list. There's no way to close that. Once it's open, you can never close it. Is which a bool? The speed? I'm not even gonna worry about that multiplayer stuff until later when the disaster strikes. This should we're not gonna do it in this. All right, so this is the final thing I gotta fix. Hopefully for day, I had a whole list that I was hoping to get through, and we're on the final thing. Um, I don't know. I guess it was just broken temporarily. I want to make it so that if you have this button or this open and you click on this is clickable to bring back the other thing. I know I was saying I wasn't sure, but now I'm sure because now it's too many clicks. I want you just to be able to go click this and bring it back. So, um, that shouldn't be that hard, but I'm gonna take a quick break first, man. Maybe I'll brush my teeth. Like it feels like I have, like I ate ice cream 3 hours ago, but it was like 12 hours ago. It was like 12 hours ago. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. I feel like I've accomplished so much today, which is weird because I usually feel like I didn't accomplish anything. All right, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I forgot you do mods for Europa Universalis, right? Spirit. So you know, I forgot that that you had that experience. Let me turn my music back on. Not this particular song though. This I know you guys can't hear it, but like I'm into old punk rock, but there's this like um snotty English voice punk rock. I don't even know how to describe it besides that. That that gets old sometimes. What were we working on here? Oh yeah, I thought about this briefly while I was outside. So I think what we want to do, I think I have like a blocker. Yeah, this blocks those things over there. I want to move it over. I wonder if I can do that. If I can just move this over. The problem is I want it to block research. Do I want it to block research? Yeah, I want it to block the top row, but not this. If it's a pain in the ass, we won't do it. Can I just drag this over? No, I cannot do that without, I could do that. How big is this thing? Wrong thing. And then turn off this left margin. The problem with just dragging that over, though, is it's going to just be some weird number. Yeah, like 1717. What should it really be? It should be, let me do this math and I'll check that out. Uh, I don't know if you did because we were talking. I brought up Anim Bar and then or maybe you brought it up and I didn't see. Uh, no, I don't want this control size. I want this size. How big are you? You're 200, so it should be 1780, right? With my shitty brain math, 1780 should make it. That didn't move, or if it moved, it was so insignificant that I couldn't. 880. Shit's moving around, but it's not 1780. Whoops. Oh, maybe it's removing the other side. 17.8. What's your fucking problem, man? 17. Oh, I must have hit numlock. 1780. What's the other side look like? It's gone off the edge. Um, no, it's not 1780. It's 1720. Jesus Christ. Except I dragged this over and it's moving the right side out. So I think what I want. So if I do that and like do like it make it too big, I want this to go over to over. Yeah, it's not doing it. It's because I dragged this shit. I think I need to go. Fuck out of here. 1920. So that's the real thing. Then I want this to go over to that side and go 1720. No. That's what I want, but I want it to be over on the other side. So maybe it's this one. Undo. For the love of God, undo. Uh, it's over somewhere. All right, let's look at this link, and then when I come back, hopefully my brain will. Oh, you did mention this. It's just one. It's just one state. And you know, it's funny. After I'm gonna subscribe to this, I can't subscribe to it here though. I don't think I'm logged in. Oh, I guess I am logged in. I feel like I'm never logged into Steam on the website. And I was thinking about this the other day. Are there guns in this game? In this mod? I don't know why this is so big. Oh, I have it on 120. I haven't played EU4 in a long time. Maybe I'll fire it up and check it out. The Annan bar, whatever the fuck it's called. Um, is it is it take place in all of? Because this looks like part of a city. In all of, well, what does the description say? Washington D.C., which humans and that's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'll probably end up checking. I've been going back through my my whatchamacallums, Paradox games and not messing with them. Oh, maybe it's right here. I wanted to center right. No, we already tried this. Oh, wait. We can go. No, it's 17, 20 by. There we go. Now I think if now we're not using this margin part at all. Well, this is open. Let's close this. Yeah, I've been going through them again. We got something debug going down there. And rechecking them out. $19. Population idle. What? What happened? See, everything was working so good. It had to knock me back down um into back to having issues and struggling. It knew it was going too good. This shouldn't be open. That's probably maybe. Let's see. I think it was just because that was open. Oh, I still can't click this button though. I can click it there. It's because this control is big as well. What is this thing? That didn't do anything. Because we got to make it. No, no, I don't know what it did. We got to make it like that. And then we got to go. Yeah, and I'm not even using these margin things. So it's kind of a. It's kind of a bummer. 1780, 1720. Oh, did this do the same? No? Oh, it has some anchor in some weird spot. No, that's where I want it. 1720. Left margin. I think I had. So the problem with doing it this way, I think. No, it still didn't work. Am I on the right thing? I am. Okay, now it moved over there. Okay, so then if we go like this. Let's try this again here. We're going to have to fix something. Well, we're going to have to fix a couple of things here first. Okay, this wasn't as easy as I thought. I set myself up for failure. This also is too close. Oh, look at that. When this opened up, it didn't close that thing behind it. Oh, it opened this up on top of it, or behind it. All right, so we got a number of issues here. We could do the flicker thing, which I don't want to do, but we could. So let's fix the one issue that we know. This is going to be, I think it's 19 is what we actually wanted at. So it's 1 pixel. And then we're going to want this to go over here. And then we'll open up this thing so we can look at it. Yeah, it's 1 pixel over that we want. And so this is. You adjusted to that? No. I said the wrong thing open here. I don't think I should be putting this in manually. I think it should be doing it on its own. All right, these are all the right sizes now. Let's save this shit. And then we're going to go to our first issue. We'll go Tillamook. Yeah, so what we're doing, if it's already open, How are we generating this fucking thing? I think I have it. I put it in some weird place. And we'll move it if that's the case. If I put it in some weird place, that's not it. That's a different thing. We don't need this. We don't need this. This is the we probably hopefully we don't need that. It's in here. So when they click that button, it's generating this population. And we're not doing the idle worker. This is in preparation for preparation for when we are only showing for when we have the idle workers button working. That doesn't seem like that's how you spell it. You know, there is a spell check thing in here. I think it's this button actually. Not very useful. Show potential. That's what I just did, and you're giving me. There we go. There we go. All right. That important problem was fixed. Um, so there's a way we could do this. We could. Let's actually change how we do this in general. Let's move this out of here. Well, wait. We could move, probably we should move all of this out of here. This is going to fuck up all of our signals, but we'll have to, all of this. Singing along to this music. I'm moving my mouth along to this music. And then on this thing, we'll control this shit over here. Yeah. Chill out for a second. Don't freak out. It's freaking out on me because I copied from the middle. We can put this. The fuck is this? We're gonna put this in here. This needs to be here and here. I just gotta get the right things in the right spot. We'll fix all this shit in a second. This else does go up to here. That goes to there. Visibility change, yes. Oh, I see what's going on here. We got an extra one of those. What's going on here? um, we need another one of these here. This thing needs to be down here, and then we have an X. We don't have enough of these things. This is the copy paste I did. I was trying to make it, I was like, oh, I'll just copy this one section with this one broken part because it will be easier. And then that made it worse. Okay, so here's this thing's if statement. Here's this thing. Why is it complaining about this, I wonder? It might be because of all these other errors. Oh, it thinks it's in the namespace, huh? There we go. And that solves that problem. I still am. We'll go through each thing. Man, that really fucked it up. I should have done it in two parts. But I was trying, like I said, I was trying to make it easier, make it quicker, and it turned in. Trying to make it faster was worse. All right, so then let's go back to this thing. We're gonna need from here. We're gonna need this. All three of these. So the buttons will just turn the things on and off. All the other shit will be inside of here. And then idle workers was getting passed in somehow, which we don't need right now. So we'll just get rid of this. We'll just get rid of this whole thing, and we'll do that later when we fix the idle workers thing. And this is, I'm not sure why that's busted, but we'll fix that too. Oh, I have this in here twice, so we don't need that in there twice. Now we can fix these other things. Okay, Jesus Christ, that was a terrible idea. So this if goes to this else. I see what's going on down here. All right, so we probably fucked up all sorts of shit, but all right, this is gonna be, we're needing another one of these things called private. It's a private void destroy population rows. And that's going to have this in here. And then we'll put this destroy in here. I think I'd spelled destroy wrong. Then we'll also have it destroy anything that's over there when we open it. Oh, this. Oh my God, the simplest shit. Okay, clears out the. Oh, that's not going to help us with that other thing. What we'll do. I don't know how. I wonder if does the signal. Well, we can easily find out. I wonder if this signal gets fired regardless. Like if someone tries to change it, is what I'm wondering. So if it's already open and someone says open it again, does the visibility change thing get triggered? The population. So it doesn't duplicate, which we will find out. And if that's the case, let's get rid of this. We don't need it here because it will do it every time the visibility changes. Okay, get this fucking thing out of here. And I was thinking we're going to need to change those signals, but actually the signals are already going to be in place. We are going to need to drag and drop some shit in here, though. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. We need the prefab. And we need the list title for some reason. And we already had the row because we were destroying this stuff on. All right, I think we're gonna get a bunch of bugs, but let's see what happens here. We just want to make it sure that what we were doing before works now. Yeah, we don't get shit there. Joker, how's it going? You got to break stuff to make it better, right? That's how bones work, right? On button click is not exist. Which script? VBox. Did I get rid of that? That shouldn't have gotten. Let's see. Let's go back to this thing. This signal. Let's actually delete this signal. I don't know why I still have this here. Let's get rid of that signal. I think I just turned like the thing off, but oh, I know what the problem is. I got rid of that. I got rid of the bool. There we go. We'll turn that off. And it does go to the one above it. How's the Joker's afternoon going? Or evening? Morning? Oh, look at this thing. It will. We need to make sure that doesn't happen. All right, so that actually works better than I thought it would. So it does. It looks like it does fire even if you're not doing. Even if nothing changed. I know. I got an update. Uh, it's interesting. That's the thing I usually tell my users at my work. No one likes to reboot their computer. Uh, regardless, if they can have their computer never restart for 100 years, they would be very happy. They would be very, very happy. So let's see here. We need to turn that thing off, but there was something else I noticed. What was it? I was like, God damn it. Well, we can do this one thing. So on visibility, I'm surprised this was so easy too. We want to do we have this under the player? Maybe. Oh, we don't have a player UI set up on this one. That's the other game. Where do I have this stuff set up? It might be nowhere. What? What? We need to turn off, and usually I put these in a centralized location. Let's look here. Oh, it's probably under, you know where it is. It's under county info. If it's not here, it should be. It is here. So we want this to be. I don't know what I just hit. I was looking for some emojis, I guess. County instance, population description. Okay. Time still paused. And then I just want to test that what happens when we close this. That's perfect. That's everything is as we want it to happen. So it's kind of interesting, the signals. We can kind of trick it then with a lot of, if the signals are getting fired, yeah, that will make life easier. We also want this to, oh, that was it. I wanted this idle button to not stick. That's what I wanted. This thing, I wanted it to be none. And then we don't need this anymore because this, we want it destroyed regardless of if it's open or closed. You don't have any updates, huh? What path are you on? What circle or whatever the fuck it's called? Maybe you're on the slower one. That's generally the way I set things up. I haven't checked them on this computer. You don't want to be on the fast one. The fast one, Jesus Christ, you're just gonna get bugtopia from every update. Will be some gnarly, gnarly disaster of pain. Okay, so that was that. That was actually wasn't that painful. We've had so much luck. Not luck. We'll close this though. So much skill today. Got 20 minutes left. I wonder if I can squeeze something else in. All right, we can. This is what we're gonna do. When this How does this thing work? I got to think about this. Man, I'm so glad I was mentioning this earlier about the server thing. I'm so glad that I don't have to deal with servers. Server updates are the fucking worst. They're always broken. You'll get like 6 months of cool, no problems, and then fucking just 6 months of agony. It's why people are never do their updates on Friday for like servers and stuff because they know that it's gonna ruin their whole weekend. So what I want to do is have this thing when we click on this, it goes to it, brings up that population to screen again, the description screen, but it will bring this person up. I don't even think this is a button though, so let's turn this into a button. Where is that thing? That is a hero thing. You know what we also could do is make it a little bigger because we're gonna need it bigger. Well, I want to do 2 rows, I think. That's a prefab hero panel container. No, what did I call that thing? It is a hero panel container. Yeah. We're gonna make it a little larger, I guess. Mm, so I don't think we'll get to the button part. We're gonna have to set this kind of. I've had thoughts about this. We're gonna set this to be a particular size here, not to. So it's 200 wide. We know we want that, and then we're gonna want it to be thicker too because I think we're gonna have his stuff on the bottom and like a button, and we might use the slider thing. I already forgot what that was called. Um, what's a 50 look like? 50 is kind of. I think that's gonna. I'm just staring at it blankly because I think that's actually gonna work. We want this up at the top though. How big is this label? Let's see here. 23. That's fine. Let's see how this looks when we spawn it. When we spawn it. Okay, that looks fine. But we're going to want to put a button on here. Well, we need 2 things. How the fuck am I going to do this? We're going to have a button and a button. So there needs to be a button on here that spawns the hero token. Which is going to be, it will spawn in the county because you're gonna be able to move your heroes around. Um, so that's like the next thing we're gonna work on. So we might as well plan ahead here. So if you click this one button, which I think is gonna be the slider thing, let's put it up here next to it. The problem I'm already seeing here is we'll want to limit the size of this. So I think, and so then if we're gonna want also to be able to click on it. All right, so we're gonna have like a couple of weird things in here. We're gonna have a button in here that is. I was gonna go through the same thing. I don't think it's under colors. It's under like materials or some shit. Here it is. No, I was wrong. Again, visibility, it's under visibility. We want this thing to be like that. And we want this thing to be on top of. Where you going, kitty? I actually think it needs to be down here if it's on top. And we're gonna need that little slider thing, whatever it's called. It's called a something box. Check thing. Check button. Actually, where it put that is pretty much where I wanted it. Um, how big is the area that we can click on, though? That's a. I think what we're gonna want to do. Yeah, it's filling the whole thing up. I think we want it to just be. Oh, I can't change that, so I gotta put it as. So we want it anchored to the right. That's what I wanted. Right there is what I wanted. Um, so that's this button, and then we want this button. We might have to do a horizontal box because we want the rest of it to be this button. Let's see if we can just get lucky and click this. No, we cannot get lucky and just click that. We're going to need a horizontal thing. Horizontal container. And then this will be on this side, and this will be on this side, except it might. I don't think that's going to work. I think we're going to go like, we're going to have to manually do it because I think it's going to stretch things that we don't want. Get out of here. And then we'll make this 150 if it will let me manually type this shit in here. Whoops. Now my question is the order. Well, I'm going to look at it first to see what it looks like. And so we're gonna have another thing down here that has more information, but I want this whole thing to be clickable. I think the labels on top though. I can't remember the order. Uh, we can easily figure that out though by just now the buttons on top. So what we can do now, let's put a script on this thing. We really don't have a script on here, huh? How are we fucking doing anything with it? Trying to think what we're gonna need. We're gonna need a whole bunch of shit. So yeah, we're gonna put a script on here. I guess that's fine. We're gonna put a script here that will be called. I call it hero list button. Trying to think if we have any other hero lists. We don't. So get rid of this crap. Get rid of this crap. And the first thing I want to do is a private void, and we're gonna just do two things here. I just want to make sure that it's working because I feel like it's not working. Button was fucking pressed. It was fucking pressed. We can get part of this done at least. Okay, that did not work. That should be... Well, regardless of what it does, it should pass. This container probably has to be maybe the same thing. Oh, we didn't connect a signal. That's a problem. It's always the signals today. What's going on over on my other screen here? Hey, it didn't, I didn't add that in. I didn't add it in, and it didn't, oh, we also didn't attach the fucking script. We didn't do anything. We didn't, um, it didn't, it doesn't have a problem with that all of a sudden. Button up. We want it connected to this, but we want it to be called hero button. I always forget my signals here. Then we'll save this. Then we'll go to here. I might have turned off too many things. Select county. What? What do you say? I haven't changed that. I haven't changed that. It's still the same. Oh, is there like a get child? There is. But that's also, I haven't changed that either. Hero list prefab. There's all these like Halloween songs showing up on my list, which is weird to me too. Like I didn't even know there were that many Halloween songs out there. But I guess there's a million of them. My cat's staring at me from the other room. It's panel container. It started this new thing where it likes me to pour a glass of water in the bathtub so it can drink it. It doesn't like any other water. That's the only water it likes. And I'm wondering if that's what it wants. So I noticed that it liked to drink. It would only like to drink the water out of after I got out of the shower. So I was like, it's only like I'm never like it won't drink water any other times. And so I think maybe that's why it's staring at me. No, it moved off. It's moved on to other things. All right, like this thing. We're generating. What is it even? Why does it even have a problem with that at all? Let's look at select. I know what it is. It's the thing that keeps happening. Um, I know what it is. It's that thing. Okay. Douglas Haywire. Our button still doesn't. Oh no. It does work. It was just taking a while. It's probably that stupid. It was waiting for that stupid game thing. Now, this shouldn't do anything. It doesn't, which is what we want. Yeah. Okay. So. When we generate this thing, I had to think how this worked. Which is right here. We need to do the same thing that we did before on the other thing. This cat is. Oh, you know what we're missing here? My stupid namespace. The stupid namespace. What are you doing, kitty? Oh, he's meowing. I can't hear him though. Which I don't. Is that a good? It's probably a good thing. Public void? No. And then what we'll do here is when this thing is, we're going to do the exact same thing that we did before. Wherever the fuck this is. What it was it? It was over here. I'm looking, do we do the hero? We did this slightly differently. So the prefab, we're calling this hero prefab. We're going to call this is going to be hero list button. Hero prefab. Button equals my brain stopped starting to not work. This is all wrong. It's not all wrong. It's mostly wrong. Hero list button. And I did that exact same thing earlier too. Then hero list button is going to equal hero. Then oh, this is I just wanted it to spell check for that 1 second. Not the whole time. I was like, now it's going. What's going on? Then we'll run this to see if we get any bugs. Hero button was fucking pressed. Lillian Cox. Another unfortunate name. All right, so we didn't get any bugs, so probably things are working. We can check here, though, to make sure that that button has a thing. No, it's not. We didn't put export on it, so we can't check that. And I'm counting on I'm counting on my skills here to work. Then we're gonna need, when we click this, we're gonna need it to do two things. We're gonna have the populate. Where did we put that? That was in the county info panel. Instance population show, and oh, this happened too fast was the issue earlier. Selected. Good God. I think we're going to have to do the same thing we did before, which is when we're going to have it move. We're going to have it go slower. I'm rolling over my cord here. I can already tell it's the time. It's time for me to call it a day. It's Sunday. What chores do I have lined up for myself? You know, it's weird. That worked, except we need to turn that thing off. You know, one day, one of my friends was like, I got free tickets to a professional wrestling match, and I was like, I'm not really interested in that. And he's like, but they're free, and we can go to it. And I was like, I'm not against it. I'm just not. It's not my thing. And so I wonder why this one wasn't too fast. And so we went, but it was not like a professional wrestling thing. It was like the amateurs that want to get to the professionals. And it was like behind like a tire store. And they had set up a stage, and there was no seats or anything. You just kind of stood around and drank beer, which is kind of cool. That part was kind of cool. And then there was people who were flinging themselves at each other, and they were trying to like work up to the point where they would get, into the. Is this what I want? Yes. Uh, they could go pro, and it was quite bizarre. And I don't think my friend was in. It was free tickets because it was free. The whole thing was free. um, I don't know why this works so well. That's happened today. That has happened. Okay, that doesn't work. But everything else has worked. Because this is already open, is the problem there. All right, I'm going to put that on my list, and then I'm calling it a day. This is actually, I put this over here. Let's put this down here. Put this back here. So it was a real thing, if that's what you're asking. Not like you mean like a hallucination dream, or if it was like a real thing. It was a real thing, but it wasn't professional. It was the amateurs getting their. So this works. We're gonna close this one, but we're gonna open up a new one. We're going to say if population description panel is already open, it needs to, and you click on the hero button, it needs to refresh the info. I'm going to put that here. So they have special things they can do. And originally they had them in the population list. And so I had them I had the list with its. So in the Unity version, they were inside the population list. And the problem is that I started having to like move and change the population list all the time and fuck with it and do all this crazy fucking with shit. And it became like an issue where I was like, I should have just done these guys in a separate list in the first place. And part of the thing is the population currently, like with our testing only has like 10 people in it. But eventually there's going to be like a couple hundred in there. And so we would have to go through that couple hundred every time to find all the heroes. And you're only going to have like 2 heroes. and they could be at the top of the list, and once you find your 2 heroes, you bail out of the list or something. But it was starting to be like this thing where every time we were clicking on something, it was going through the goddamn population list. So I decided this time just to take them out and then see how that works. It might not. It might be a problem later. Hopefully, that was me thinking of like, God, I hope not. And then for a while in the Unity one, and I think it's still this way, I had another list that I was creating that was also like more like another partial list with some of the heroes, and it was just getting convoluted, and I was like, this time I'm going to try it with 2 separate lists. And the other thing that I actually wanted, which I didn't do in the old one, was I wanted the heroes to be in this list but always at the top. Eventually you'll be able to sort this by, like their skills and stuff. Right now they don't have anything, there's nothing special about them. Even though we are generating a random construction skill for some reason. Yeah, so I mean, I guess we could put that on that list too. But yeah, that was the, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we won't have like some issue where I'll be like, fuck, I wish these were all the same and the same thing. Like, no, I know sorting is probably going to be weird, but from what I read about sorting in the past, and I don't know how true this is, generally you make a copy of your list anyways, then you like sort it and then you show it or something. I don't know. Hey, look, Harry. He's got the rainbow shit going on. Oh, I guess it's just wherever. Harry and Terry. Okay. All right, I'll call it a day, though. Thank you guys for the help and for stopping by. And I guess I should push this to... I think we're done with this. Maybe, what other things do I have open? Yeah, we're done with this. We're going to be on to something new next time. Population, description. Oh no, we have one more problem. Is working for all pop and heroes. We have one bug to fix, and then we'll merge this to main. One of the things I most dislike about GitHub. All right. That's it for me today. Thank you guys. I will talk to you next time. Bye.